Hi. Not on the laptop today. So in the laptop, two titles I put what to expect from a diagnostic interview and records. So a lot of this is for somebody with the illness, but also if you're having a person help you go to these visits, like you're episodic, it could be for that person. The doctor you will see will probably want to review any prior medical records that other doctors have for you. The records usually contain previous diagnoses, which may or may not include bipolar disorder, your previous medications, including how well you responded, and if you experienced side effects from them, relevant blood tests, and information about your medical, social, and family history. Your doctor will ask you to sign a release of information form, which allows him or her to gain access to these records. Of course, you can refuse to sign this release, but refusing is not in your best interest. Even if you feel your previous psychiatric care was flawed, it will help your new doctor to know about these flaws, as well as what treatments were tried and what they discontinued. Your doctor will not necessarily recommend the same treatments as you've had before. If this is your first visit to a mental health professional, you may not have prior medical records. If you have had other psychiatric consultations, you may wonder what your new doctor needs to conduct a new diagnostic evaluation and simply review your medical records. There are many reasons why medical charts are inadequate for determining your diagnosis, treatment, or prognosis. First, medical charts are often sketchy. They contain comments like patient complains of depression without specifying the severity of this depression, whether other symptoms concurred, or whether the depression occurred in discrete episodes. Chart notes are often written by professionals focused on other aspects of your medical psychiatric history. For example, an endocrinologist evaluating thyroid functioning, which can have to do with a diagnosis of this type, rather than your bipolar disorder. So think of the prior medical records as supplemental information. You may help your doctor clarify the diagnosis. The majority of his judgments uh, will come from a face-to-face diagnostic interview. The diagnosis of bipolar disorder is established through a clinical interview in which you'll be asked whether you have experienced certain symptoms over a given time period. If your doctor conducts a comprehensive interview, he or she will ask not only about your mood disorder symptoms, but also whether you have ever had psychiatric symptoms, for example, hallucinations, drug or alcohol abuse, anxiety symptoms, eating disorder symptoms, or other problems. So, that's about 3 minutes, and I will drop it into my channel. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.